Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a quick pop-up reading. Let's see what messages your beautiful souls need to hear today. I love being a messenger for all of you. I got my Palo Santo. Highly recommend using this or sage to cleanse your energy in your spaces, your clothes, your car. I use this for everything. I even use it on my outdoor stuff, my back deck. So let's call in our guides. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me, bless my cards, bless my viewers. I just had a quick glimpse of me when I first started doing my readings, and I didn't have that prayer like set in place. And it is so wild to see how far I've come and to see how things kind of evolved as I grew and as my channel grew. And I think I'm sharing this because some of you out there are becoming readers and you're thinking it needs to be perfect, or you're thinking you have to have everything set in place like other readers. You get to do whatever you want to do. There's some women who use crystals and they go clearing, and that's all they do. They don't pray, they just say clearing. So there's no rule book. You get to be you. You get to wear what you want to wear. You get to say what you want to say. And as long as you're doing it from a place of love and you're wanting to help people and you're wanting to remind them that they're safe and that they're protected, I believe those readers are coming from light, and they're really wanting to share the messages in hopes to heal, to help, to cope, to deal with grief, to have faith, to believe in the magic and all that juicy goodness. So things will kind of unfold perfectly for you and your channel or your readings. And like right now, I'm setting up all of my crystals. We have a little ASMR action. So good. And I don't normally do this. I have them out of their I usually have a little heart bowl that they're all in, but I'm feeling guided to make a little crystal scene here. You guys can see I have my little You're Sweet placemat. I bought these around Valentine's Day a couple years ago and I love them. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys noticed this necklace that I always have in all of my readings. I used to wear this when I was pregnant. You're supposed to wrap it around your neck like 3 times. And it was like a really cute, I would wear it to school as a teacher. And when I had health, I would dress up and not wear gym clothes. And this was one of my favorite necklaces. I love the color teal. I just think it's so beautiful with pink. And then my daughter was born, and then unfortunately she passed away. So this became my necklace that reminded me of her. So this is her and I's connection together. So like I said, you get to do your readings whatever way you want. I get to do my readings whatever way I want. And I usually find that people enjoy these small stories. They really like to hear, you know, how we got started and why we use certain things. And I just want to always give people permission to just be all of you. There's no judgment. Yes, there's going to be the ego that's judging you and telling you, no, you have to do it this way because this person does it that way. You get to do it whatever way you want. Okay. Always remember that. I also wanted to share, I had 2 people DM me on Instagram asking about the water filter that I use. I have an osmosis machine, which takes the toxins out of the water and then the water comes out super pure, but there's no minerals in it. So you have to add the minerals back in. So I like to use LMNT. This is my favorite. And if you can see, it's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 magnesium. So I usually pour it, and this is raspberry, which is so delish. I'll pour half in this big jug. And that way I'm getting all the minerals back. Oh, it's so good. It just feels like a lemonade or something. Like a light raspberry lemonade. Okay, so again, LMNT, one of the most amazing supplement companies. to get all your nutrients. Okay, I felt guided to grab my Journey to the Heart book today. Don't know why, but we're going to pull a page for somebody out there. Okay. So let's see what we need to hear today, Spirit. What do my viewers need to hear? Where are they at on their journey? Left side. Well, all right, let's pick again. I was going to say, should we just go to April 1st? And that's funny because April 1st is Fool's Day, which is kind of the joke that they just played on us. So let's go to a different page. Left side, please. Okay. Oh, yay. It says, let joy find you. This is June 4th, and I wrote, she found me, my guardian angel. Joy is a gift. Yes, she is. Let me see if I have anything else. Yeah. So I used to read this book back in 2018. So that's when I wrote these notes. I remember asking for my guardian angel's name. I wanted to know who she was. And so I laid in a meditation and I heard the word joy. So I always knew from then on, my guardian angel's name is Joy. So here we go. Let joy find you. Somewhere along my journey, it happened quietly, almost without my knowing it. I relaxed, got comfortable with myself. I began enjoying myself, accepting life, liking life. I found joy. Somewhere along your journey, it will happen to you. Joy is a gift. It appears almost imperceptibly, without warning, like a morning sunrise lighting our bedroom while we sleep. And it is almost as predictable. It is almost as predictable. Keep doing the activities that bring healing and growth into your life. Keep loving yourself. Keep walking your path. Continue loving. And then the little quote at the bottom says, don't worry about finding joy, because somewhere along your journey, joy will find you. I love this. And a lot of times I think that, sorry, my hair's like all stuck together. I'd like put mousse in it and it's all weird. But I have learned so much that we don't have to force anything. Things come to us, people come to us. Our inspiration to lay in a meditation and ask our spirit guide what their name is, that'll just happen naturally on your journey. And it could be after this video, you might lay in a meditation and be like, oh, let me see what my spirit guide's name is. And it's always the first name that pops into your head. I just heard Robert. So maybe somebody has a guardian angel named Robert, or maybe a loved one named Robert. But June 4th, right? Let joy find you. And a lot of times on our journey, we have lived in such suffering and such pain and such turmoil that when we finally get to a space of feeling like, yes, I finally feel so good, I feel so invigorated, I feel calm, and nothing is happening in my life. It's like you finally feel that like you made it, like you're in a space of calm. And that's what I consider joy. I consider joy like this. It's like peace. It's not bliss. It's not overly excited. You're just joyful for no reason. Okay, so let's use my new spell casting deck. I've been liking this a lot recently. All right, what message do we need to hear, Spirit? What else about joy? What else about joy? I should ask Joy to come into our reading right now. My angel, my spirit guide. It's so cute. One of my mentees, she started a YouTube channel. Well, she had a YouTube channel, but she posted her first reading. She finally took action. She felt inspired. I definitely thought one flipped over. Anyway, she talked about me in the reading and she called me her spirit guide by accident instead of her mentor. It was so cute. Okay, inspiration. Yeah. And which is kind of funny because we were just talking about that. So this is kind of saying like, who inspires you? Who inspires you to be better, to take action in your life, to love deeper, to open up your heart? You're feeling that inspiration and somebody is lighting that up inside of you. She almost looks pregnant. Doesn't she look pregnant? Which I think is my daughter. My pregnancy inspired me so much. Micah inspired my life. So what are the things that have happened to you? And inspiration comes from the sacral and the solar plexus area, which is your belly. your chakras in your belly. And a lot of times, if we're not feeling inspired or creative, it's because we're blocked down there. There's something going on. Maybe we're not having any kind of pleasure in our life, whether it's sexual, whether it's food, whether it's senses and smelling things and doing yummy things and dressing a certain way. Like that's all your creative flow. And I was thinking about my client who just posted her first reading, and she had this cool like blue or purple light around her, and it was like a Friday night or a Saturday night like funky reading. It was really cute, but that was her way of doing it. She felt inspired to show up. So where can you be more you and allow your creativity to pour through your sacral chakra and your solar plexus? I feel like I still can't see. I hope my eyes aren't getting worse. I feel like I have to wear my glasses more and more lately. I am doing a deep celery juice cleanse though. So sometimes when you purge, when you drink celery juice for the first time in a while, I go through phases where I take breaks from it. But if I drink a lot of, or if I eat a lot of sugar or something, when I finally drink the celery juice, it's like it has to purge out of my body. So I'll either get sick, I'll get breakouts, blurred vision, bloating for like the first week as my body's cleansing out all the toxins, and then I feel better. So fun fact, if anybody wants to try the celery juice, I posted it on my shorts the other day, but it is so magical and so healing. Okay, we have empowerment. So we have inspiration and empowerment. Somebody is feeling empowered to start something. You're getting this new surge of energy. I love seeing my mentees and my mentorship. I love seeing them take action. Like the fact that my client sent me a text of her first YouTube video in 10 years, and it's her doing a reading, and she mentioned me. I just was like, this is what I'm meant to do. I am meant to help all of you get yourselves out there. And it doesn't mean she's always going to be doing readings, but if that's what lights her up right now and that's her joy, she's finding her joy from that excerpt in that book. That's what happens. We don't even know what our joy is until we start doing things. And that's why it says joy will find you. You just have to follow that inspiration and be empowered to take action when the time is right. We don't know the road ahead. Nobody does. We just have to wake up each day and see what feels good in our body, see what we're called to do. This is divine feminine empowerment. And don't forget, well, I didn't tell you guys the drop date, but I'll be dropping my online community on 3/13, which is a lucky angel number. So March 13th, which is a week from Wednesday, a week from today, I'll be sharing and opening up that community to all of you. And we're going to be in there. We're going to share success stories. So just think about like the comment section on my YouTube channel. It's just going to be so much bigger, and we're going to have a community in a private setting. You're going to get a lot of one-on-one coaching with me. You're going to get a lot of readings, a lot of morning messages. And it's going to be so nice to be in one spot and to be able to have long conversations with you guys. Because it's kind of like a Facebook feed. You guys can comment, you guys can post your stories, you can ask questions. Okay, love is all around you. Walking away from what doesn't serve you. So I'm hearing that somebody is currently in a situation where you don't feel like love is all around you. You feel the opposite. You feel like you're being taken advantage of. People aren't appreciating you. You're being diminished. And now you're waking up to it and you're like, that is not love. I deserve to have love all around me. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to choose differently. And that's the empowerment as well. Okay, we have empowerment, inspiration, love is all around, walking away from what doesn't serve you. Cleanse your energy. There's a reason why I was talking about that Palo Santo and the sage and the lavender water, which I didn't mention, but I buy lavender water on Amazon. It's like $12. You can make your own if you have essential oils, a couple, maybe 10 drops of lavender, and then put it in a spray bottle with regular clean water. And you're going to spray your entire auric field anytime you leave a store, an environment where there's a lot of people. Maybe if you're, I have one mentee, she's I think she's occupational therapist. I could be wrong, but she goes to homes and helps people, and her home patients, every time she's going into their house, she's entering their field. That could be a house where they're watching the news all day long, and she's absorbing all of that energy. So I told her, I'm like, you have to get lavender water for your car, and you need to spray the crap out of your whole body when you get in that car to cleanse the energy. You can also jump up and down and kind of bounce the energy off. I was telling my one friend Linda in the gym this morning, we ran into each other, and I was like, hey, I was like, I didn't tell you this, but I was like, I got a new job. I'm going to be working at a preschool and helping out the teachers. I'm just going to be extra hands. I'm not going to be like a set teacher, which is it's like exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to have to like do sub plans and email parents and do all that. I kind of wanted to be free flowy. And I told her that I'm so excited, like in between their little lessons that they do, I'm going to teach them to breathe and to check in with themselves, ask them what their body's feeling right now, and just teach them to connect to their soul and their little 3 and 4 year olds. I cannot wait. So imagine if we can teach our children to cleanse their energy. They're going to be so prepared in the future to be able to handle any environment. They're going to have the lavender water ready. They're going to have crystals where they can just say clearing, and they're going to know this because they're wiser than us. The kids nowadays, the kids that are being born right now are born with their awakening. They're not getting calloused over. They are fully awake, and they are here to teach us. And that's why you see so many little kids on Instagram cleansing energy, talking about God, talking about angels. They're educating us because they are not choosing to be blind. They're not literally, what's it called? They're not falling back asleep to then wake up, which we all did. And hopefully they have the parents where there's not going to be any kind of trauma so that they can grow and heal in a perfect environment. Not heal, but they can grow and expand. Let go of control. Okay, so cleanse your energy, let go of control. So as you're walking away from a situation, this might be really scary. Okay, I just got a real fear. Somebody's holding a ton of fear about this next step in your life, whether it's leaving a relationship. Maybe you lose your job and you're so scared. I need you to listen to me right now. I need you to put your hand on your heart, your hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe do that 3 more times as I'm talking. And I need you just to listen. I need you to know that your whole life path is already planned out. You do not need to know what's going to happen next. I know that's scary, but when you leave something, there's always, always, always something better you're being drawn to. You were forced out of that situation because you're no longer a match to that. Your spirit is in your body saying it's time to be empowered. It's time to finally see who you came here to be. You came here to be somebody who has love all around you. You are no longer staying in an environment that isn't good for you. You're either being forced out or you're choosing to leave, and you are protected and you are so safe. I am here for you. My future community is going to be here for you. You are incredibly protected. You have a guardian angel. Just ask them who their name is. They are with you every second of the day. And when you feel ungrounded, when you feel scared, get out in nature. Put your feet on the ground and say, universe, I don't know if I really believe in you or not, or maybe I do, but please protect me. Please let me know that I'm safe. Please let me know that everything is going to be okay. Maybe, and I just heard, if this is a masculine listening to this, or if somebody's masculine is going through this, light a candle for them and pray for them. And in your mind, go to their body and say, I have you. Put your hand on their chest, put your hand on their back. Put your hand on you and say, you are safe. I got you. Everything's going to be okay. And you're cleansing and purifying that fear. We are all being forced at some point in this lifetime to face our fears, our biggest fears. Can we do it alone? Can we rebuild our life? I feel like my life completely crumbled and I've had to rebuild it from scratch. Okay. I had to create my own income from scratch. And I had to relearn how to do everything. Okay. I even felt like I had to relearn how to clean my house. I just feel like somebody broke me down to the tiniest little pieces. And it was like, okay, I got to do this on my own. And then I got my gene keys read. Have you guys looked into your gene keys? It's like your genetic makeup of who you are spiritually. And guess what my life path is? Oh, to awaken. My mission is literally called Awaken. So I know that I was supposed to go through this deep awakening and deep destruction of the old Michelle. She literally died. That version of me died. And I am now somebody who is brand new, doing brand new things, breaking patterns, ending cycles. And I'm now here to help you awaken because that's what I've done. So I'm now attracting people, and that's why I started my mentorship, is because other people are going through this and they don't know how to do it. And I've done it. I've literally rebuilt myself. I can't even tell you guys the difference in the type of woman that I was 7 years ago to who I am now. I was toxic. I was a liar. I was a snooper. I was not honorable. I was just looking for love in any direction that I could get it. But yet on the outside, I looked very cookie cutter clean, like, oh, a good person, but I really wasn't. And then I woke up and spiritually awakened. And then it was like 5 years of me having to look at that version of me and being so ashamed. But then I realized that was just a costume that I was wearing because of all the trauma that I've been through. And then I felt so much love and compassion for everybody else who is living in that costume and they don't even know it. And then I find people that are awakening, like all of you who are watching right now, and you're out of your costume. You're awakened. You're seeing yourself more. You're seeing the possibilities. You're manifesting. And the whole purpose of this life is to realize that we are not that old version of us. We are here to awaken. We're here to find out what our gifts are. We're here to be inspired and follow our joy, right? Connect to spirit and be used as a vessel for good. And that is it. It's we are here to be of service and we are here to put out good messages and we are here to help our planet evolve and grow. And that starts on the micro in our lives, healing and growing ourselves. And when we learn how to do all of these different things and set boundaries and let go of control and trust, and that's a big reason why I wanted to start my community, because I have so much knowledge that I don't often share, and it comes through in the readings, through the cards. But there's a wealth of knowledge inside of me from my destruction to my rebirth. And I've been through so many different ego deaths and layers of me that just got ripped off, and it was painful and it was hard. And I had no money and I had to do all these different things. And I was learning all these lessons. But it's part of the journey and you're safe and you're protected. So remind yourself, hand on your heart, hand on your heart, hand on your belly. I am safe. This is happening for me. I am protected, even if I have no money, even if I have no partner, even if my home just got taken from me. I know the universe is literally plucking me out of this old life to put me so that I can rebuild myself in a new reality that I will be happy in, where there is love all around me. And a lot of times that destruction has to happen. And the good thing is, if this is a masculine going through this, the feminine is usually there to guide him. She's usually there to offer support. So if masculines, lean on your feminine, call her, go see her. It doesn't matter. You need help. And if it's the feminine going through it, that's what I'm here for. Okay. You reach out to me because we can't lean on our masculines because they might not be there yet. They might not have gone through this. So please use your support systems. You are not alone. You are safe and you are protected. The universe brings you certain people for a reason. So use them, utilize them, and please join my community because that's an example of how you can make a choice for yourself to make your life easier. Imagine you having 100 some people to be able to hop online with and be like, hey, is anybody else feeling this new moon? Is anybody else losing everything right now? And you're going to have responses of people saying, yeah, see, you're going to share your love. You're going to share that support. You're going to post something and people are going to show up for you and you're not going to be alone. But if you're going through this alone and you're only sitting there on the other side of your computer, your phone, listening to these readings, but not really talking to anybody about what you're going through, you can't do that. We need support. So please share yourself, open up. Don't feel like you're oversharing. It is so important to know that you are worthy. This is something that I teach all the time too, boundaries and knowing your worth and knowing that you're allowed to show up in the world. You're allowed to share your experiences. You're allowed to ask for help. Do not stay suffering alone. It doesn't make you stronger. It does not make you stronger doing it alone. Okay? You're making it harder on yourself. Let's see what this card is. They need space. Okay, so if somebody's going through this tower moment, they're losing everything, give them space. Wait for them to come to you. Now I know why I was called to do this reading. I kind of just was getting ready to go to an appointment and I'm like, why do I feel like I want to pull cards right now? Like my hair is not even dried. It's still wet from my shower. That's why I quickly went and put mousse in it to look somewhat presentable because I always want to look professional for all of you guys. I just think it's something that's just really admirable when you see somebody else taking care of themselves, right? When they look really nice, it's because they value themselves and they love their body so much that they want to take care of it. And they're not doing it for show. Some people do, but you can tell the energy. We have 8s. I just posted a reel yesterday, or a reel and a short of my 8s workout. It's 8 squats, 8 deadlifts, 8 squats, well, straight leg deadlifts, and you with very, very lightweight, and you do it back and forth for an entire song. It is murder. It is so hard. But this card inspired me to create that workout. I like to make my workouts with angel numbers. So infinite, my phone just lit up as I said that. Let's see who it is. Oh, somebody just put, thank you for everything. You're so welcome. Somebody commented on one of my videos. So infinite abundance in all forms. This is love. This is joy. This is peace. This is where that tower moment is leading you. So if everything is crumbling, guess what? It's taking you to this. It's taking you to the thing that you never thought you could have. The love, the joy, the peace. It's going to be so worth it. It's going to take me forever to drink this whole jar. Oh, I need to mix it. I just got a strong hit of sodium, raspberry sodium. So good. You guys have to try that. Raspberry is good. The citrus is good. Watermelon, I'm not so in love with. I don't really like the watermelon one, but you can get them on Amazon. Maybe I'll leave the link below for you guys if you want to just quickly go down there. Okay, frog spirit is saying to take a vacation, and a spiritual guide is on the way. And they will reach out. Okay. So there's one client of mine who I've been doing a lot of recorded readings for. Her name's Ashley. She's awesome. She keeps getting the vacation card. She has a big family. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to take vacation. So I feel like this is for you, Ash. If you're seeing frogs, if you're continually feeling overworked, exhausted, jump back in the water symbolically. You need to replenish your energy. That's the same as cleanse your energy. And a spiritual guide is on the way to help you. And they will reach out. So tune in to what guidance, like if you were guided to this video, I might be that spiritual guide for you, right? And then if you're not, maybe it's somebody local who you need to start getting Reiki with or start getting energy healing. My one friend, Jillian, she does a high energy healing. It was so good. I did a session with her the other day on Zoom. So I highly recommend her. I'll leave her information down below as well. It's a new form of energy healing. It's really magical. And within like hours, I felt completely different. And I'm always open to that kind of stuff. We're using my very first deck, Ever Unfolding Heart. So be on the lookout for a spiritual guide, cleanse your energy. You're going to take a vacation. And I'm hearing after your vacation, that's when the money's going to come, the abundance. Your angels have been trying to communicate to you through numbers. 1111, 333, 444, you know, the whole jazz. They are all telling you, you are in the flow. Heck yes. So here's the card that I wrote. When you're seeing these angel numbers, it's just like you're protected, you're safe. Okay, don't read too much into them. You know, keep track of them. I always say keep track of them on a desk calendar. If you saw 1111 like twice or 3 times in one day, write it down, because in 5 days you might receive something and you're going to want to remember the time lapse. Oh, I saw the 1111s on Tuesday, and then on Friday I received my manifestation, whatever it is, right? Then you know the next time you see all of those 1111s, you know it's just a matter of days before something comes in. That's my favorite thing to teach, and I'm going to teach you guys all about that. I might even create some worksheets for you in my community. I'm going to put up free downloads, free PDFs for you guys to track your own signs. They're going to be really pretty. And I'll probably eventually put them on my website to sell or on Etsy. But you know what? No, I just heard Angel Wisdom Tarot. So your angel numbers, start to track them, because they are communication from your guardian angels, from the universe, to let you know you're in the flow, and they want you to know to stay there. Okay, so don't always think it means that something's definitely coming, but in the moment just feel so good that you're being protected and you are so on this new journey, and it's slow moving, and we just have to be patient. And it's so funny because I was thinking about that in my head, and then we got the slow knight, right? Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. He's taking a while to plant the seeds. See the farm behind him? He knows it takes a plan to figure this out. He's got the map right in front of him. It's blank. He's got no plan yet, but he's creating a plan. So they are reaching out to you, but first they're coming up with a plan. And the manifestation journey is slow. So if you've been manifesting a special person, which I did a success video recently, and I talked about one of my friends who manifested a new special person. She thought these other guys were her twin flame and soulmates and catalysts, and she couldn't figure out who's who. And then she met this brand new guy who was in her past before, but they never really spoke. She just saw him a couple times at an event or two. She thought he was really good looking, but he was married, so she didn't think anything of it. She was over here focused on her guys. And now he's ending up to be her person. It's wild. She just kissed him the other night and she's like, Michelle, I think I left my body. She's like, if this is what a twin flame feels like, oh my gosh. She said, because that's what happens with twin flames. When you come together, it's like all time and space stop. Like there's no such thing as time. It's like everything's a movie. Everything is very, very slow. You feel like you're the only two people in the room. So this is a slow moving energy. I'm going to read it to you. It says, loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for the perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. Okay. And he kind of looks like Archangel Michael, my man Mike. I love him. So I think this is your guide saying that we have the angels are trying to talk to you through numbers. And then we get a card that says a guardian angel. And I talked about my guardian angel named Joy. So your path, even though it's slow moving, you have to trust that you have some sort of angel who's leading the way. They are taking you and plucking you out of an awful situation and bringing you to a brand new light and bright. Light Bright. I just thought about the game Light Bright from the 80s. Was it Light Bright or Bright Light? I forget. It was a little board where you had all the pegs where they lit up with all different colors. Light Bright, right? But anyway, so he's slow moving, but this guardian angel might be taking you to something better, right? When you're getting plucked out of a situation, it takes time to unfold. Sometimes it's really fast. Not gonna lie. Sometimes people are like, I'm out of this job and I'm already in a new job. I already found my new person, and it's like click, click, click. And then all of a sudden things get stagnant and then the healing begins. Okay, so what I've learned through my destruction of my life, excuse me, as my throat chakra is going nuts, through my destruction, as I grew and as I started to rebuild myself and really had to like say goodbye to the old Michelle, I was no longer her. And then I had all these fears that, people would think I'm woo-woo, people would think I'm crazy talking about this stuff back in 2018. I just wanted to always talk about the universe and the signs and the synchronicities, and I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. I only had my mentor. And I would watch YouTube videos and I would feel connected to those YouTubers because I'm like, they get it. There's like this whole other world out there. Oh, perfect. Thank you. My guides just made me remember my drive in my car yesterday. I was in my car and I was driving and I was looking at other people in their cars and I was very present and I was going, wow, like some of these people have no idea about intuitive readings, right? They've never even stepped into this type of world. And you guys all know on my channel, there's all these manifestation coaches out there. There's a bunch of readers like me. There's all these spiritual teachers. It's like a whole underworld, right? Or overworld, whatever you want to, however you want to see it. It's either in the cosmos or underneath the 3D, but there's this whole life of all kinds of people and all kinds of teachings and awareness. And we're all living down here and we're observing everybody else in their cars doing the 3D life. And they're so unaware of this. And it is wild that they have no idea that this whole life exists. Life of magic, life of signs. And it's really like if you see it as two different worlds, either we're below them or above them, whatever you like to say. I like to believe it's an underworld. It's like a secret society in a healthy way. And there's just this, we know things, right? We have awareness. We can see in other people where they are and where they are on their journey. And oh, they're not awake yet. I probably shouldn't say this in front of them. It's just we're looking at people and seeing who's really here, right? Who's really present. And when we get plucked out of a situation or a tower moment, that's because you're being moved into this little secret society of this new way of living, this new earth. And everybody is starting to awaken. And in the awakening process, they're having to experience these tower moments. But in the plucking process, you have angels and you have guides that are moving you from one reality down to the new one. And in this new one, you get to experience true partnership. You get to feel what it feels like to have friends that actually care about you. You get to talk like the girl Linda in the gym this morning. It was so fun. She walked in and I was like, yes. I was just getting ready to get off the treadmill because I thought you were somebody else who's going to talk my ear off. But I was like, I didn't know it was you. So we both took out our AirPods. I had a Bluetooth speaker. We blared music. We lifted together. And she believes in the universe. And she's my friend who manifested that free trip on a catamaran to the British Virgin Islands. So we were just talking about everything and anything under the sun. We were talking about boyfriends and her experience, my experience. And it was just so nice that I've met a neighbor in my neighborhood who believes in all of this. She's in the underworld with me, right? As a woman that works at the complex walked in and she's not in the underworld. So we kind of had to like bite our lip a bit. But she was like, complimenting us and being super, super nice. So we were just obviously like enjoying that conversation. But as soon as the other woman left, we could get back to talking about, the things that we like. But this is what happens on the journey is you're going to eventually get plucked from a certain lifestyle and you're going to get planted in a new one. That's what I'm hearing. You're being planted right now. You're not being buried. Do not think you're dying. Okay, it's dark, it's scary, but you are literally growing through something right now. And when you come out, you're going to be in a different life. Such a cool message. I just saw a sunflower. So if sunflowers are your thing, that's a message for you. And when I heard sunflower, I thought of the cow card in this deck. So now I want to pull it and see if we get it. The cow is beautiful in this deck. Okay, magic works through you. We have the beetle spirit. So to me, this is my manifestation card. You are being called to really, now that you're in this new life, right? You just were planted and now you're growing, just like I had to self-destruct and I had to rebuild myself. I had to learn how to take care of myself physically. I had to learn how to take care of my finances. Like it's a complete leveling out of your masculine. Masculine's your right side, feminine's your left side. Masculine gives and is the doer. Feminine is the receiver. Okay, she learns to trust and to not force things, to work less, to receive more. The masculine side is let me look at my bank account. Let me make a plan here. Let me go apply for this job. So you see the two different energies, one's a giver and one's a receiver. Well, when you spiritually awaken, you are destructing the ego. And the ego has to kind of die, which was that masculine energy all the time. The ego forced you to do things. Maybe you were great at working out all the time. And then you spiritually awaken and you're like, why don't I want to work out anymore? It's because your ego is no longer driving the bus. You are, your soul is. And the soul doesn't want to work out to look good. The soul wants to work out because it wants to feel good and it wants to make sure your body is a healthy vehicle for it. So your drive to want to do things completely changes because you're not an ego anymore. You know, your ego wanted to buy gifts for people all the time because you felt like you needed to earn their love. And then when you spiritually awaken, you're like, man, I forgot to get my niece or nephew a gift, or I forgot to do this for that person. It's because you don't need to do it anymore to be loved, because you are love yourself. So you literally, the old version of you completely dies. You do things so differently, but you have to rebuild. And as you're rebuilding and planting the seeds and becoming new, you're realizing, wow, now that I'm this new person, I can create magic. I can now plant seeds of what I want to happen in my life. I am no longer being planted. I am planting what I want to happen, and I'm going to see it come to fruition. Break. Little ASMR for you guys. My niece Eva loves that. She loves ASMR. Although I really am like, I try to be mindful to tell her to not watch it while she falls asleep, because you don't know what kind of energies are out there or what videos are popping up after the video that she watches. And that's another message for you guys. Do not leave your YouTube on at night. Do not leave yourself open or your TV on at night, because there's lower vibrations that travel through commercials and even the ads on YouTube. Or like, I hate when my own videos where there's an ad about a video game and the video game is like them shooting or something. I'm like, I don't want guns on my channel. Like, get this ad out of here. And I still haven't done enough research to figure out if I can pick the ads myself. I should probably do that. But anyway, be mindful of what your children are watching. And, you know, with YouTube, it's such a wide variety of, even if it's just a gentle little ASMR kid video, you have no idea what other people are creating ASMR videos that might hold a low vibration. And then your kid is absorbing that as they're sleeping. Okay. So I tell Eva all the time, I'm like, you need to show me what videos you're watching, because I want to make sure they're good vibrational videos. And she always sends me them. She's like, okay. Okay, horse spirit, freedom is yours. Number 33. Look how beautiful this is. So when I get this card, I think of financial freedom. I think of freedom from your mind, no longer dealing with that anxiety and that fear, because your spiritual path is a total rebirth, right? But what's happening is, what's really dying is the fear. You're purging the fear from your past, any traumas. Oh, I'm afraid to be a public speaker, which is me. I have to face that fear. I have to face the fear of speaking my truth. You know, maybe somebody was abused growing up and they were abused for speaking up. Well, now they have this adult job where they're presenting in groups all the time. They have to be free to do that. And a spiritual journey is you facing those fears. And if we run from our fear and we don't follow it, we'll get sick. Our path will get harder. We'll have more destruction in our lives. And we stay in patterns, and our life becomes very, very, very difficult. So if you hide from your fear, your life will get worse. And that's another thing that I teach in my mentorship. I went through a fear course, and I took a fear course, and then I joined a fear group where the fear coach taught us about the 10 foundations of fear. And there's all different kinds. There's fear of love, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of abandonment, fear of money. There's so many different things. And I have the awareness around why people are fearing those things, and then how to get to the root and how to help them move through it and go towards it. Because your fear is this. Your fear is leading you to freedom. So for that person who has a fear of speaking, guess how they're going to feel after they learn to actually speak? They're going to be like, this is what my soul came here to do. I feel like a wild horse on a beach. I'm running free. Nothing can stop me now. As opposed to the person that's hiding from their fear. They stay stuck at that job. They don't do the talks. Maybe they don't even get the job because they're too scared to take the leap. And they stay in a job that's miserable, and their physical body starts to suffer. So it is so important to be able to understand your fear and how to go towards it. And I am so proud of the people in my mentorship. They are facing their fear. They're making the plan for their podcasts. They're starting their YouTube channels. They're building their own personal businesses. They are actually physically doing it. And I'm so damn proud of all of you guys for doing that. It is such a blessing to work with all of you. And it's cool because before they started working with me, they knew they wanted to do these things, but they didn't know why they weren't starting them. And I help them see it. And then it becomes easier because you have somebody that's been through it who can help you. Okay, we have Page of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is healing after a breakup, after a loss, after grief, or just dealing with grief. So she is in a little nest with a little heart and she's mending, right? She's gathering her knowledge. She's literally becoming, it's like she built her own nest. I just heard somebody built their own nest to lay in. So it's almost like you knew the heartbreak was coming. Yeah, somebody knew it was coming and you prepared yourself. And what happens after you rest and you heal is you become, so this person is, they say in the book, it's one foot's on the ground and her head's in the clouds. So she's a dreamer, but she's also really grounded. She's up in the airy fairyland. She can manifest and imagine all the things she wants, but she's also on the ground paying her bills. So this is somebody who's is like starting like fresh start after healing, and you're building from the ground up. So this is kind of like how I described myself, like when my life destructed and I had to start all over again. I had to create my own abundance. I had to learn how to build my pentacles. And it slowly happened and it was really cool. And I just would take one step and see if the universe gave me feedback, and then it did. So then I would take another step. Like, I don't even know how I came up with the idea to do the mentorship. I think I was just thinking because I had a mentor, but she didn't have a mentorship. I just kept booking Reiki sessions with her. And then I just started calling her my mentor because I literally was going to her for every problem that I had. So she didn't run a mentorship. She was just giving me sessions, healing sessions, but our sessions would be like 4 hours long because I was so in my trauma. I had so much to heal that like it took forever. But she thinks I went fast, but I don't know. She's like, Michelle, you're the fastest transformation I've ever seen. And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, it felt like I had just layer after layer after layer. Like, imagine 5 years of healing, and every month you're on a massage table multiple times a month, crying, facing the parts of yourself that you didn't want to look at, feeling shame, feeling guilt. Why did I do this to this person? Oh my gosh. Or something new pops into your reality, and why is this boss being so mean to me? Or why is everything triggering me? And it's 5 years of multiple times a month being on a massage table crying about your life. I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. But some of you guys might be going through that. You might be going through that destruction of who you once were. But I'm telling you, it is so worth it to rebuild yourself and to be in this new energy where you are somebody whose head is in the clouds and you're manifesting and you're using your imagination, which was once stifled. As the wax just dropped. I love it. Perfect timing. You were once stifled. Like, our society tells us to not use our imagination. It tells us it's stupid. And why are you going to imagine things? Everything that was created in this world was imagined. This was imagined. This jar was imagined. Everything starts in the imagination. Somebody has the idea to create a cute curly Q straw. And also, I just saw the infinity sign. Do you see that? So we have to use our imagination. It's everything. So as you heal, you start to realize you are the beetle spirit. Magic is working through you. You can create anything. You can start fresh. You can rebuild your life. If you're feeling like this tower moment, like we talked about earlier when I had you guys breathe and put your hand on your heart, hand on your belly, if your life is in the tower moment right now where somebody jumps out of a tower and they feel like their life is ending, it's a burning tower, and you just jump out a window because you're like, I can't do this anymore. Or you're being forced out of the house. I need you to know that this is part of your soul's path. This is not happening and it's not supposed to happen. It is meant to happen. If anything is happening, it is meant to happen. That's the soul's journey. We don't question anything. If it's here for us in some way. But freedom can be yours. You can be free from that. Okay, you can be free from the mind telling you it's never going to get better. You're literally being moved to something better. So please trust that. Okay, if there's an abrupt news that comes in this week or an abrupt change, remember me saying that you're being moved to the eights. You're being moved to ultimate abundance in love, joy, peace, and happiness. And you might not see that what you're in right now is toxic. And that's why vacation is needed. Okay. Let's do a final message. What deck? Let's do Gateway Oracle. So we're going to finish with my Gateway Oracle deck. Final message, Spirit. Thank you. Dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. This is being fully honest with yourself and your path. Seeing, this is that rebirth energy. I had to look at every aspect of who I was and I had to face it. All the things I did that I was not proud of. All the times I lied or, tried to make myself look a certain way, or like, you have to get to the real you. And the only way to feel good in your body, to manifest more, is you have to live from truth. And that is living a very, very clean life, meaning everywhere you go, you're being as honest as you can, right? Unless you need to kind of fib to protect your energy, right? From somebody who's dangerous. Or you need, like, obviously, if somebody comes up and they're asking you where you live, you're going to lie. You're not going to tell people where you live. Or if you don't want to go somewhere, you can just say, sorry, no, thank you, I'm not interested. You don't have to create a whole elaborate story. You're allowed to show up in the world and say no. You're allowed to say yes. You are learning to live in truth. Okay. And when you are fully honest with yourself about the decisions you're making, about the people you're talking to, about why you're talking to them, are you manipulating them? Are you looking to get something from them? Or are you just genuinely a good-hearted person that wants the best for this person? Really ask yourself that, because somebody who's awakened is going to see through that BS. If you are manipulating, if you're just trying to take from somebody who is awakened is always going to be able to read that. They're always going to see a step ahead of you. So you have to really live in your truth. And I've heard that there's so many people right now who are suffering physically because they're lying all the time. They're feeling ailments in their body because they're literally not telling the truth. And it could be just because they're not awakened yet and they're not seeing that it's going to come back to bite them in the butt. Because I'm proof. Like, I had to at one point look at everything that I've done and just be like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? I regret it. I wish I didn't say that to that person, or I take it back. And then you just have to live with that. You have to live with that you've done things that you're not proud of, but that's not who you are. That is the costume that you were wearing that was created in childhood through trauma, and we unzipped it and we're taking it off. And now we're living in our truth. Now we're living in this golden light where we're clean. You're being purified, okay? It's a total purification. And please do not sit in the pain and the suffering. You can stay there to grieve it, but there's at one point you got to come out of that. You got to grow out as that beautiful sunflower that's coming through the dirt, who was once in a dark space, but now you're going to shine bright. Now you're going to be free, and you're going to create a new life for yourself. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting me and my channel. All right. Peace out.